Hey YouTube, hope everybody's doing well today. So in today's video, we're gonna be doing a really powerful video talking about how sunlight affects us as human beings, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get started and jump right in. So the first thing is that we as human beings are energetic beings. Therefore, living on Earth, we have resonance, okay? So anything that lives on Earth, anything that's present here, such as animals, humans, plants, aquatic life, we all have a vibration that's synonymous with Earth. In addition to that, a lot of the mammals and different plants that live on Earth, they need the sunlight to survive and thrive. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the benefits of sunlight in this video, okay? So the first thing that we wanna talk is that when the sun is shining, it brings in serotonin and it increases this hormone in our body. You guys are probably wondering, what is serotonin? Serotonin is known as the happy hormone, okay? So as we're collecting and receiving that sunlight, we're receiving serotonin, and oftentimes our bodies are producing that hormone within the daytime, okay? Sunlight helps increase it. Now, what's deep is that on the parallel, on the other side, when we're going to bed at night, our bodies are producing a hormone called melatonin, which actually helps us fall asleep. So serotonin in the daytime, melatonin is increased at night, okay? Now, how does serotonin affect us? Okay, so serotonin oftentimes affects us by boosting our mood. It helps us feel calm and focused, and it just gives us an overall sense of well-being and strength that can take us throughout the day. And this is really important. Just to make a connection too, is that a lot of people, when they're taking in this energy of the sun, as once again, they feel very rejuvenated and uplifted. Now, on the flip side, you guys notice that a lot of people on cloudy days feel very down, depressed, they don't want to do anything. That is correlated with that lack of sunlight, okay? And when they're not receiving as much sunlight, they're not getting as much serotonin that's being produced in the body. Really deep when you think about it, especially because growing up, we're not really learning these things, but we feel the connection. We sense these things, we're aware of it. So it's really deep when we break down the science. Another thing that's really important, especially at this point in time, is that when we're receiving sunlight, through our crown, we are taking in a lot of vitamin D. Human beings receive vitamin D out of all the sources. The highest source that you can actually receive vitamin D from is sunlight in itself, okay? We're talking about like 40,000 plus IUs of vitamin D that's coming through the sun, okay, into our bodies. And what that sunlight does when it's converting into vitamin D, which is one of the essential nutrients that we need to thrive and live, is that it's also increasing our immune system, making us very healthy. Through this increased immunity, it helps us fight off viruses, any sicknesses, or essentially diseases as well. So vitamin D coming from the sun is really powerful, and you can get it just from opening up your curtains, having that sunlight shine into your room, going outside for at least 30 minutes a day. I know that for a lot of people, it is winter where you're at. It's winter where I live. So one of the things that we can do is just bundle up, go out for a brisk walk. And this is a way too where we can still get that sunlight even in colder weather. A lot of the times when the colder seasons do hit, we'll see that a lot of people are starting to get sick, coming down with illnesses, getting the flu, sore throats, all of that. And a lot of the times it's because we are not going outside and getting enough vitamin D from the sunlight, which is helping us fight off those things. So get outside as much as you can. Sometimes it may be hard. We want to stay in, but 10 plus minutes, 30 minutes a day is amazing. Do what works for you and build your way up, okay? I have to work on myself sometimes and say, you know what, just go ahead and get out there, because the benefits that we get from it are absolutely amazing. Another thing when we go into the spiritual sense is that when we are receiving sunlight, we are receiving light codes and spiritual downloads through our crown, which are coming through. And this is really deep. You're probably wondering, what are light codes? So essentially, light codes are downloads that we're receiving from the cosmos, the universe, the etheric realms. So if we were to think about it another way, think about your iPhone. It's receiving an update. It's getting that new software. We're receiving light codes. They're updating our DNA. A lot of times we may receive spiritual messages. So it's really deep when we think about it in that way, that the sun is connecting us to the different realm and charging us as well with those divine spiritual messages. And once again, too, when we're thinking about the sun, thinking about how does it make us feel, when we're receiving that sunlight. Essentially, the sun is masculine in its sense. And we think about the earth. the earth is feminine. So then we have the two polarities of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. What's even more deep is that when we think about the sun, it is actually fertilizing Mother Earth, who is then springing forth a lot of life. When we think about the trees, the plant life, us living on the earth being life in itself, and all the different mammals, they are sustained by Mother Earth. They're also sustained by the sun. So we see this unity between earth and sun. And we think about ourselves in that way, the divine masculine, myself, and for all my beautiful females out there, the divine feminine, we in a sense are uplifting each other and building each other together. And we look at nature in this way, and we can connect it into human beings as ourselves. It's something that is really deep and really powerful. So you guys, I just wanted to drop this quick video talking about the power of sunlight and how it affects us as human beings. Please drop your comments down below, like and subscribe. I would love to hear if you guys have any additional tips as well. Peace.